What's cracking, everyone? This is Solomon SK for Whiskey and RPGs, and if you're new to the channel, every new week we have a new drink of the week as well. And to kind of carry off from last week, we have a new design from Absolute Vodka, which kind of looks like the American flag here, right? And on the top here it says, "We are all united," and I think that's a message that we could all get behind. But yeah, as always, I hope you guys got your glasses ready with your beverage of choice, and let's just jump straight to the news. Cheers to you guys, everyone. So the first bit of news I wanted to cover real quick, and I apologize it's cut off at the end there, but Epic Games Store is currently having Kingdom Come Deliverance and Aztez, I don't know what Aztez is, free right now. And it says in this article, if you claim it, after claiming the game, it will be in your library forever. So I think this is a limited time event, but just to let you know, Assassin's Creed Syndicate will also be free at the Epic Games Store, but that won't be free until February 20th at 8 p.m. Pacific time or 11 a.m. Eastern time. So you got two amazing titles. I can't wait to jump into these, and they will be free. Again, for a limited time, maybe, I don't know, but there you have it. Everybody loves free stuff, right? So to all the Final Fantasy 11 players out there, it looks like you guys are getting a new update as well. Job adjustments and more come to Final Fantasy 11. Job adjustments and more, specifically job adjustments are coming to the Summoner, where a new spell called Siren has been added. You can use blood packs once you acquire Siren. The Paladin sees some changes as well, such as changes to Rampart and tweaks to recast time of some abilities. So I have never played Final Fantasy 11, so I'm not exactly sure what any of these updates mean, but you know, just to let you know that if you are a Final Fantasy 11 fan, and this is a fairly older game, you got some new stuff coming your way. Saga of Lucimia may be moving towards a hybrid business model. I have never heard of this game, and I'm really excited to cover it, so let's move on. While the topic of lockboxes, cash shops, and business models isn't anything new, which is an understatement, Saga of Lucimia, I think I'm saying that right, Lucimia's team is exploring these issues as it deeply completes how it is going to monetize the game. Or no, I'm sorry, contemplates how it's going to monetize the game. My apologies. This suggests that the team is softening up the subscription-only stance as it molds to a possible hybrid model as well. So I don't know what kind of game this is. Let's check out what kind of game is this. Let's look it up. Saga of Lu. So looking at MMORPG.com, Saga of Lucimia, or SOL for short, is an MMORPG fantasy setting. There's no release date yet. Publisher is Stormhaven Studios. I never heard of them. Is a high fantasy group focused MMORPG focused on challenging gameplay and open world exploration in a sandbox environment where you, the player, determine the outcome of your destiny. I'm digging it already. Just see sandbox and I'm in. I don't know if this is a crowdfunded game, but yeah, just to let you know that there is a new sandbox MMORPG coming out called Saga of Lucimia, and kind of debating on and they're going through some changes with their monetization, so that's always a good thing, and I'll keep you guys posted as more information comes out. So the next bit of news, continuing on with MMORPG, Edan Falling is back after securing over 1.3 million in funding. This is another game I've never heard of, so let's jump into it. It looks like Edan Falling is back after securing over 1.3 million in funding. The details come via a press release of sorts on the Razor's Edge website. The funding appears to have been secured from Arizona Commerce Department. This funding was securing in a first round, with a second round of investor funding set to bring a full release to Steam in 12 months time. Arizona Commerce Department, that sounds really governmental. What? So looking at the comments, looks like it's, so again, I don't know what this game is, so let's go ahead and Google what this game is about. So again, going back to MMORPG.com, it's an RPG setting sci-fi development Estimated fourth quarter 2020. Publisher Razor's Edge Games. Never heard of them. After an asteroid delivers chunks of rock and toxic overgrowth fungus, survivors found at their world has changed into a brutal new environment in which they would raise new generations. People soon formed factions and claimed territories using whatever means of coercion they could find, negotiating spears and more advanced weaponry. Oh, it's a turn-based. Okay, Edan Falling is a turn-based RPG that finally brings a tabletop-based experience to cinematic life. That sounds interesting. Join those living after the fall, exploring. So this is very post-apocalyptic, turn-based RPG, but they said cinematic life. So who knows if what that really means? To be honest with you, when I think of turn-based, I don't really think of something that's super. I don't know, immersive, to be honest with you. I've only played one or two table or turn-based strategy games, and one of them was a mobile title that I don't want to really name. it was what was it called? It was a waifu collecting mecha game called like something Masters of Eternity. That's what it was. Yeah, I don't know if I should mention that. But yeah, there you have it. So TERA Hero, Korean launch date and official trailers revealed. Ooh, okay. Originally known as TERA Frontier, during its 3-year development phase, the first trailers for TERA Hero was officially revealed earlier today. Created by Red Sahara Studio, a subsidiary for Krafton owners of TERA IP, TERA Hero is an Unreal 4 engine action MMORPG. Again, personal opinion, I don't think mobile titles are MMOs, but anyways, which takes place in a world parallel to that of the original TERA on PC. Other than the slightly different story, TERA Hero retains and even enhanced the original game's combat, such as back attacks dealing more damage and graphics. So yeah, okay. So I'm gonna leave a card up here, top right hand corner. I actually did a first impression of TERA after 5 years. And me personally, I think the ship has already sailed. Now, don't let my opinion affect if you enjoy TERA or not. If you enjoy it, that's great, because I did too. I probably sank maybe close to 1,000 hours on that game, because I actually played it since its release. But then I stopped about 5 years ago, and I tried getting back into it, but like I said earlier, I think that ship has sailed for me personally. I'm willing to give this one a chance, but because it's a mobile title, it's more likely than not that I'm not really going to be into the game. The one thing that I do enjoyed the original TERA was the combat system. Even to this day, I think TERA has probably one of the best combat systems out there in the market. Second only to maybe Black Desert Online, in my opinion. And if the combat is even better on the mobile platform, then I definitely would like to check that out. But is it something that I'm going to play on a regular basis? Probably not. But if you do, let me know what your plans are. I'd love to know down in the comment section below. So I haven't gone around doing a first impressions of Path of Exile. I would really like to get into this game, but if you are a fan and if you play this game, just know that Path of Exile patch 3.9.2F includes item filter changes. And yeah, the changes are set to arrive in patch 3.9.2F once it drops in a couple of days. The team shared the patch notes ahead of time as per usual. The patch is also set to include some minor performance improvements as well. Added functionality and made improvements to item filters. You can read more about them here. Improved performance related to monster and minion pathfinding, etc, etc. So yeah, again, I don't know what any of these updates are because I haven't played Path of Exile yet, but if you are a fan and if you are a player, just know you got some updates coming your way in a few days. And to all the World of Warcraft fans out there, World of Warcraft hotfix for 8.3 addresses PvP and more. In case you missed it, the latest hotfix for WoW patch 8.3 addresses PvP and more. The hotfix takes a look at dungeons, raids, horrific visions, items, rewards, PvP, WoW Classic, and here are all the patch notes in full. So yeah, again, I haven't played World of Warcraft since Wrath of the Lich King, so I couldn't really tell you how all of these changes really affect the game. But yeah, if you're still playing WoW, then just know that you too also have some changes and updates coming your way as well. Temtem opens a new weekly endgame location and makes Luma critters more rare. World of Temtem is opening a new location in this latest patch that should be pretty enticing to those who are at the top end and seek the right critters for their team. Introducing the Saipark, I think that's how you say it, a new natural reserve on the game's archipelago and the headline feature version 0.5.12. So I believe that this game is still in early access, and if this is something that really piques your interest because you're a huge Temtem fan, and I know you guys are out there, be on a lookout for 0.5.12 your way. So to all the Albion Online players out there, looks like you guys got an update as well. Update, it appears Queen Hotfix 3.1 has rectified the issue's original story below. Okay, so it seems like there was an update that was causing problems and it has been fixed, but Albion Online's Crystal League has been disabled after discovery of a bug. But yeah, if this was something that was concerning you, and if you haven't heard already, the issue has been fixed if you play this game. So heading on over to massivelyop.com, Pearl Abyss had a strong fourth quarter 2019, but CCP's Eve spin-off Project Nova is officially canceled. Oh man, was that their was that the mobile version of the game that they're developing? Dang, I wanted to really get into that too. South Korean giant Pearl Abyss is on the rise again, and unlikely many of its mobile-focused competitors, the PC MMORPG and the West accounts for a respectable chunk of its potency. Fourth quarter 2019 investor report shows an 11% dip in revenue since quarter 3, but a 20% jump over year over year. That's compared to fourth quarter 2018. Oh, and if you ever wondered how Black Desert stacks up to EVE Online, it's about 6.5 times bigger in terms of revenue, but both MMORPGs are making more money than they were a year ago. BDO about 50% more. The multiple release last year created mid-year spikes too, and EVE almost 30% more. Good on them. Wow, for a game that old and it's still doing fairly good like that. I mean, that's impressive. Kudos to them. And for a minute there, I had to I was wondering, is like why would Eve be in a Pearl Abyss news? And I forgot Pearl Abyss actually purchased CCP last year, I believe, so they own all of that. So continuing on with the article, it does say that Project Nova has been shelved indefinitely. But this is something I didn't know. CCP is working on another shooter out in its London hub, so that's pretty interesting. We'll definitely that kind of makes me wonder though, because I remember there was a PS3 exclusive that was a shooter that was a tie-in to the Eve world. I forgot what it was called. Oh yeah, Dust. That's what it was called. I remember now. Dust 514. Dust 514. This was the game. Like, I was actually pretty excited for this game, and yeah, I didn't really spend a whole lot of time, unfortunately. So EVE Online Studio CCP Games confirms is working on an unannounced MMORPG. Oh, it's gonna be an MMORPG. Nice. Okay, that's news to me. This was back in September 2019. For the last couple years, we've been working on a little tease from EVE Online company CCP Games that it's working on yet another MMORPG, courtesy of the studio's hiring page in 2017. Okay. So it's going to be a MMORPG shooter, it looks like. But yeah, I'm really interested now. It's pretty cool that they're doing this. So to all the PlanetSide 2 fans out there, the escalation update for PlanetSide 2 will be we'll see a brief delay according to a letter posted by the executive producer. Escalation will now be released on February 26th, a delay of 1 week after the team reviewed the build. So if you're looking forward to that next week, sorry to say that you'll be waiting another week, but that's not too long. And real quick, going back to MMORPG.com, Star Citizen shares roadmap roundup with CitizenCon, while CitizenCon gets a date. Star Citizen has shared a short update on its roadmap while it outlines very early details of CitizenCon. Here are its details. The only notable change to the roadmap includes the Alpha 4.1 column with the Mercury Star runner slated for then. Okay, so not much going on, but yeah, if you're somebody who likes to go to CitizenCon, definitely check that out. Looks like they got the date set for that as well. Minecraft built sandbox MMORPG Hegemony officially releases on February 22nd. Again, this is another game I haven't heard of, so I definitely would like to know more about it. But moving on, last August we cast a spotlight on Hegemony, a classic sandbox MMORPG built entirely within Minecraft. Now, after some considerable work, it's finally ready to release in full with oh goodness, I can't pronounce that. Update on February 22nd. This update come expansion is effectively the launch build of Hegemony, and it brings plenty of things for players to do. The expansion announcement touts over 1,000 items and over 650 recipes, interacting questing, non-combat gameplay like jousting and bandit keepers, player-owned NPCs and shops, and the ability to own and build on land in the wild world area. The new endgame in the form of boss fights and arena boss fights. Okay. Sounds interesting. I've never played Minecraft, but you know, if I'm gonna start, I might as well jump on something that is more my cup of tea, right? Which is an MMORPG. So this looks interesting. I'll look into this more, and might even do a first impressions video on this as well. And lastly, we have Blade and Soul. A new class was teased with powerful AoE spells, allegedly, but other than the impending arrival of new Frontier World, where players can start fresh in a full Unreal 4 environment, NCSoft has also teased the new class coming out to Blade and Soul. The Korean name is Chondosa. Chondosa, I don't know what that means. Which can be localized into a number of terms, but it's just but let's just use Sky Seer. Since this class uses the power of the sky, there is not much detail except this that this class specializes dealing in large area effect damage from a distance. Oh, I like that. I love AoE classes, but I did look at the trailer for the new class. It's really nothing special. She just, you know, levitates and has like electricity powers from the sky like Zeus and whatnot. So anyways, that wraps it up for today's MMO and RPG news. If you made it this far with me, I do appreciate it because the watch time does help with the algorithms. But yeah, it's a shorter news cycle today, but I just hope that we still had fun hanging out with your beverage of choice, of course. But anyways, I'll see you guys next week, and until then, take care and cheers again.